Gonna get going. And if you're just joining us on this Monday evening, January the 31st, 2022, keep on scrolling because you just joined a Twitch podcast about a Staten Island softball team. So unless you're here for a purpose, I'd say keep it moving. Hit the red X in the corner of your screen. I'm here with Lou Italiano of the Ballbusters again for our re-signing extension series here on Twitch. Lou, of course, is rejoining the Ballbusters, and we're happy to have him. Lou, what's going on, pal?
Nothing much. I'm glad to be doing this.
And I'm glad that you're on Twitch with us as well. Obviously, part of our extension series, and we've announced a few signings up to this point. Corey Favaloro, the bottom feeders, Pete, John, Danny, of course, James Kelly. But we can't have a team without our constant, without our leadoff hitter, all number 12 at the top spot of the order. Lou, what keeps you coming back every year to the Ballbusters?
I just like, you know what, the sense that we have a chance to win a championship year in and year out. That's what brings me back to coming here.
Yeah, and it's definitely a championship bred culture. Obviously, 2 titles over the last 5 years. Lou, I got to ask you, since you were on both teams, 2017, 2021, which team, in your opinion, was the strongest between the two?
Offensively, 2021, hands down.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd say so.
when you told me that we were getting Mikey Russo and Johnny Pignatelli on the same team, I was like so dumbfounded. I was like, how? I mean, that left side of that outfield, and then you add Danny Antonelli off the waiver wire. I mean, I was just like, wow. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and it was an unbelievable ride for the fall 2021 team, obviously ending in a championship. And I have to credit a certain somebody also who was there for us for 2017, there for us for 2021, and all the years before and all the years in between. Your dad, Mr. Lou
Yeah.
Sr., of course. I have to credit him. I mean, that guy comes to every friggin' game, unless, like, I don't know, maybe his daughter's having a kid, you know?
Yeah.
But outside of big stuff like that, he's there for every single game. Now, let me get a couple comments on your dad being that support system for you, but just being a fan, coming down every week.
He just, you know what? He loves getting up and, watching me play. It gets him out of the house. That's the biggest thing for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, man. Well, listen, our 2022 team is already looking great. We've announced a bunch of signings. You obviously know the team that hasn't been announced yet, but what are you looking forward to most with this 2022 team coming up?
Uh, you know what? I'm just really looking forward to being with the guys, you know, you know, having a chance to go out there competing and winning as we usually do every year in and year out. I mean, it's never easy to win the championship, but like I said, I just like playing the game and being around the guys. That's just what I like doing. And at the end of the games, we drink beer. Yeah. So
And that's a great tradition in itself. We talked about it a few times here on Busted Balls on how great the victory beers after the games have just kept the team camaraderie together. I mean, it's been great, and I've always wanted that kind of tradition with this team, and I'm glad we were able to pull it off last year. And it was a great year altogether. Obviously, ending the best way we know how and winning a title. But Lou, man, I'll talk about you for a second because you had another fantastic year up at the leadoff spot. You hit I believe it was 543, if I was not mistaken. Yeah, wow, damn, I gotta get a life. You hit
nah,
543 on the nose, hit 543, drilled in 9, scored 20 runs, but obviously at the leadoff spot, that's definitely a spot for you. But you earned your walks, man. 7 walks, led the team in walks for the year. Lou, John has said that you have the safest position on this team because it seems like anytime we write a lineup together, it's like, all right, Lou's hitting leadoff. Now let's do everything else. How does it feel to kind of be in this position of, man, like, I'm in a good spot, and I know like I really can't get tampered with.
You know what? I just, it really feels good, that I've earned that spot at the top of the lineup. I mean, that I go in and game out with the trust that, I'm always gonna, do my job and be a tough out like I usually am 9 times out of 10. Even though I struggled down the stretch during the summer of 2021, but going into the fall league, I made some adjustments at the plate, and yeah, and it means a lot to be a leadoff hitter year in and year out because it's something I take pride in, and I know I got a job to do, setting the table for the meat of the order, and of course the bottom feeders.
And they brought on a different kind of culture to this team as well. And actually, and that's what I'm kind of excited for you coming into the spring 2022 season. Now that the bottom feeders have popularized the last three spots of the batting order, could give you a lot more opportunities to drive some runs in too, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Especially when you got guys like Danny who could run, even Petey who could run. You know, especially what you saw what Pete did in the championship game when he hit that 3-run homer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, and it was a fantastic moment. I think if it wasn't for us actually winning the championship, probably would have been voted the moment of the year when we did our year-end awards. Lou, you are our Iron Man to say the least. I feel like I don't remember a time where I played and you weren't in the lineup, you weren't in the field, you were there, you always are there. You played in every single game in the spring, every single game in the fall. We always appreciate it, man, and I look forward to having you back again. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great ride for 2022. Lou, thanks for joining us.
no problem, Richie. I'm glad to do it, and I'm looking forward to 2022. And let's have some fun this year.
Fuck yeah, man. Let's do it. All right, Lou. Thank you.
All right.
All righty.